All right, hey there, good morning, Monday morning as I begin this, getting the show on the road right at 8 o'clock. I guess I've abandoned running at this point, and I hate that, but still trying to do my fasting, but I'm losing steam in that regard. I'm waking up in the middle of the night, getting a drink of juice, which is calories, and yeah, man, I think I've just failed all the way around the board in terms of fitness right this second. But hey, I'm not smoking, and there's the silver lining. All right, anyways, let's talk about more failures from your boy. Uploaded a video, last video here on Joe Does Stuff. It was help me bid this job. What would you bid this at? Massive deck, all of that. So we had the house to pressure wash, deck, 2 driveways. Bid that job at $800. A lot of you in the comment section knew better than I did, and said that the job should be more than that. $1,200, $1,500, $1,700, even upwards of $2,000 for that work. And of course, you're absolutely right, and I am wrong. I was wrong for certain. So we found out that we got the job at like 8 o'clock at night on Friday after bidding it at $800. Mind you, I had never seen it, and I'm not trying to justify this. Who knows? Maybe if I did see it in person, I would have realized it was going to take more than 2 days to do. I saw enough video of it, though, to realize that it certainly was a big job. But like everything that I bid and bid wrong, my ambition always outweighs realistic expectations. And when it comes to realistic expectations, I certainly don't have any of those at all when it comes to these jobs. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to get it done in 2 days. I knew it was going to be a shit ton of work regardless, even trying to get it done in 2 days, and that was really going to be pushing it. I knew that from not even seeing the job and only seeing the videos of it. Needless to say, we weren't able to get the job done in 2 days. Damn close, almost done, but we still need, you know, about a half a day today. You know, of course it annoys me because, okay, you know, profit-wise, splitting the profit with Matt, the guy that helped us to get the job, already was only looking at making $150 profit off of the job. Well, now that's out the freaking window because, again, it's taking us a half a day. So, you know, we're basically doing this job for free. I had made mention in another video about a couple of business ideas that I had, doing volunteer work. Hey, pay us what you think that we're worth, or something along those lines, or possibly just doing work for free, you know, and making videos of it, doing kind gestures for people, volunteer work, basically. And I'll be damned if that's not exactly what this shit feels like. Obviously not really happy about that. Is there a silver lining here? I was able to keep my top guy working. I know, I've read the comments. Joe, you know, if you're going to stand any chance at all, you have to do this work yourself. You're right. You're right about that. Something else that I'm wrong about, you know, having a top guy out here doing the work, you know, he's making more money than I'm making in the profit from the job, which I don't know if necessarily that's like the way that a business should go. Should your employees make more money than you? I'm going to go ahead and err on the side of that's probably not correct. But anyways, you know, able to keep this guy working, and who knows, maybe we end up picking up a ton of work, and we need to have the crew. And then getting back to the fact that Joe should be doing the work, well, I hate the way this is about to sound, man, but I got other shit going on. I don't want to make it sound any more crazy, but, you know, I'm kind of too busy. I'm not above the work at all, and I will get out there when I can. Take the last job that we did, and I did make a decent profit off of that last job. But, you know, on this job, unfortunately, not going to make a profit. So you guys were right. I certainly underbid this. I certainly don't know how to bid a job. It certainly should have been more than $800. I certainly should have been out there doing the work my damn self. You guys were absolutely right in all regards to that. And I've got no problem admitting that I was wrong. I need to learn, I need to improve, and the bidding process is where that needs to begin at. If I'm not going to be out there doing the work, I need to be bidding these jobs accordingly. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part of all of this. See, when I think about this video that I'm filming here, two titles come to mind. I was wrong about everything. I made a crucial mistake. How could I have been so dumb? Something along those lines. I was wrong, you were right. That's one idea that I have. The second idea that I have is a lot more left field, and I haven't even began to talk about that just yet. But that title idea is, man, realtors ain't shit at all. In fact, some of them are absolute dirtball snakes. Interestingly enough, sort of seems like the one that we're dealing with on this pressure washing job is exactly that. You see, on Saturday, when my top guy began doing the pressure washing job, the realtor would show up over there and would begin having a conversation with him, expressing to him that the quote that they had received, or the number that they had received from Matt to do the deck staining, was more than they wanted to spend. And they were asking my top guy what he would charge to go out there and stain the deck. And because my top guy is such a good guy, I read comments where people were bashing him for wearing sandals on the job. Hey, he does him, but he's a hard damn worker, I'll tell you that. You know, because this guy is such a stand-up guy, he told this realtor, hey, look, you need to talk to my boss. You need to talk to him. I'm loyal to the company that I work for. You know, go get a quote from him. I can't give you a number. I'm not going to take any work from my boss. And when he's telling me that he was telling the realtor this, you know, he was telling me, I said, well, what did the realtor say when you said that? He was like, I gave them your business card. I said, well, what did they say when you were saying all of this? He said, well, they were saying, oh, okay, I guess, okay. Maybe thinking that, you know, his response to that was kind of stupid. Like, who wouldn't want an opportunity to snag a job from underneath of somebody? So needless to say, when I found out about that, it didn't really affect the price at all that I was proposing for the deck staining job. You know, my number there was always around $3,000, and I kept thinking that I was going to push that number to $3,500, maybe even $4,000. But I started to feel like that was just a little too high. So I asked Matt, you know, I told Matt about this whole situation with the realtor trying to do some cutthroat shit here. I said, Matt, what number did you tell the realtor for this deck staining job that they went and told my top guy they didn't like? He said, well, I was no professional. I just said if I had to take a guess, it would probably be somewhere around $2,500. So if they didn't like $2,500, they certainly weren't going to like the number that I just proposed last night when I put the proposal together. And that was $3,000. Estimating that that job is going to take 3 days, $3,000. You know, however long a job is going to take, I figure per day, it's got to be $1,000. If a job's going to take 4 days, $4,000. I think that that's a good metric to go with, ballparking an estimate in the construction industry, or, you know, home improvements or anything like that. So yeah, we submitted that proposal. Not sure that the realtor is going to go for that, and don't really give a damn whether they do or they don't. You know, when we first looked at this job in the last video that I shared with you, I was talking about treating everything like apartments, basically. Like, people want the cheapest, they want the fastest, they want it done yesterday. And they don't want to pay for shit. They want Class A work at crackhead prices. I can't emphasize that enough. We've actually got Joe Does Stuff merch that says that, if you'd like to show some support for the channel. Cop you a shirt. Certainly a conversation starter, that's for damn sure. I'm trying to remember some of the comments that I was reading in regards to people giving me shit for underbidding this job for pressure washing. There were some comments specifically geared toward, you need to price your jobs higher. Of course, right? Where I'm going with that is, and to get back to the apartment conversation as well, and how everything is kind of like apartments these days. I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is not all residential work is going to be good money residential work. In fact, I truly feel like the only residential work that is going to be worth its salt is residential work that you pick up directly from the homeowner. If you go through any type of a third party, whether you're subbing the work out from another contractor or whether you're going through a realtor, you run the risk highly of them wanting the cheapest price. And God forbid, don't get involved with anybody doing renovation or flip work, because that's going to be absolutely the case. So just my 2 cents. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Anywho, you guys were right. I was wrong. In this realtor on this job, in my personal opinion, piece of shit. But hey, it's the lay of the land. It's the way of the world these days. Everybody wants the cheapest, so really, can you blame them? Anyways, like I had mentioned, it's bright and early Monday morning. We got bad weather coming in, and what we are on our way to go do this morning, first thing, my top guy's on his way to go finish up the pressure washing job, and we're on our way to my storage unit because we've got our good friend Matt with the junk removal service. He's going to be meeting me over there, and we're getting ready to liquidate my storage unit because I'm not sure if I've told you or not. I'm broke, I'm a failure in business, and everything must go. Here's the crazy thing. We're getting ready to dump my storage unit, at least move out of it, because they're jacking the rent up on me by $100 starting in October. So I got to get up out of this obligation. Can't hardly afford the $360 that it currently is per month. Problem is, I've got nowhere to put this shit. So when I tell you that my backyard's about to look a little bit like Sanford and Sons, well, I ain't lying. Just gonna have to have everything out there. Can't put it in my shed. My shed is completely dedicated to filming and streaming, so who the hell knows? All right, anywho, just wanted to share how we begin today with a little bit of updates, and let's go unload my storage unit and figure out where the hell we're gonna put all this shit. Hello, storage unit. It's been a while. I've actually filmed from up here a few different times. I don't know if I've ever used any of the footage, but maybe a month ago I had my painters come in here and clean this place out. As you can see, we don't have any paint left in here at all. We got rid of all of that. Paint's hard to dispose of. I mean, it really is. And you know, there's only one or two ways that you can do it. Now, you could do it the proper way, which is, I think, fill it with kitty litter to chunk it up and then do something with it. I don't even know how you really get rid of it. Shouldn't be too bad loading this place out. There's not a lot left in here that really needs to go. So I'm going to take some of this stuff in my truck. And then, like I said, Matt's coming with his big old box truck or his dump truck, and he's going to help get the rest of this. But the fact of the matter is, hey man, we gotta go. We gotta go. Can't be paying that price that they trying to jack that rent up to. No sirree, Bob. Can't be doing that. Got a lot of tools in here. Got a lot of good stuff in here. Got a lot of stuff that, well, I don't particularly need. I mean, I've got a lot of underlaminate. I've got a lot of roofing paper. Yeah, I guess if we were doing some flooring, you know, all of this would be handy. I don't know what that is. Oh, that looks like ice and water or some kind of something for a roof. I can't remember exactly what it is. Brand new sawhorses. So even though I got to take everything to my house, I think I'm going to have me a big old yard sale. Try to get rid of some of this shit. Because some of this shit, I don't need it all. All right, let's start loading this thing out. We got inclement weather coming in a little bit. I'm going to start loading some of this shit up in my truck. And then by the time Matt gets here, I'll be able to load the rest of this stuff up and try to get rid of it. Hey, shout out to Matt. Appreciate you being here. Look at that. Ford is loaded up. And now we got this thing. Yeah, if you got junk removal, this is what you absolutely need to have. Shout out to Matt, Anchors Away. Awesome guy. And here to help us out. We're going tit for tat. He's helping me with this job, and I'm going to be helping him with another job, but we'll talk about that a little later on. Boy, that is a lot of stuff right there. But You got it. We are officially moved out, folks. Ain't no more $400 something a month for this. No, sir. We're gonna figure it out. And I think the only place that I can put this is on my damn back porch. You think I'm gonna be able to fit all of this on my back porch? What do you think my wife's gonna say when she comes home and sees the back porch loaded with all of this? It's time to start selling immediately. All right, that's it. It's been a couple years we've been up here. Shout out to Matt, Anchors Away Junk Removal. Helped us out big time. Cool. All right, let's go check in with the office. Let them know that we're done. And if they ask me why we're moving out, I'm gonna tell them because I'm poor. All right, and just like that, goodbye to a storage unit that we had a lot of memories at. We had apartments literally right here, right there, all around here, what we used to paint. So the storage unit was really convenient. And then slowly but surely, we lost all of our work. Interestingly enough, Joe don't know how to bid a job, but yet I was still losing work because we were too expensive, at least in the apartment game. But funny enough, they did ask me in the office why I was moving out. And I told them, I said, you know, well, one, you increased my rent. And they said, well, why didn't you come talk to us? And I'm like, hold on, what are we talking? What do you mean, why didn't I come talk to you? You're telling me if I would have came and talked to you, you wouldn't have increased my rent? That's crazy. But I said, no, you know, aside from that, I said, my business is slow. I suck at business. I'm the worst at bidding jobs. I've lost all of my work in the area. And you increasing my rent was just the catalyst to light the fire under my ass that I gotta move out. I tell you what, saving this $360 a month is going to allow me to put that toward other bills that I need to pay. And then I'm gonna try to sell a decent amount of the materials that I have, because I've got materials that I'm just not using. Of course, if I do sell them, and once I do, those materials will be needed. Little Murphy's Law for you. But I don't have anywhere to really store this stuff, so on my back porch it's gonna go. I know my wife is gonna hate this. You know, it's the lesser of the two evils. Save $360, but turn the house into Sanford & Sons. Give my neighbors something to talk about too. Oh, look at Joe, he's poor. He must have lost his storage unit. He's moving everything to his back porch. Anywho. All right, let's get to my house and spend another hour unloading shit. Home, sweet home. Doesn't even look that bad, really, if you think about it. Yeah, doesn't even look that bad at all. Had to use this ladder to get up there because there's no access from the steps. Crazy. Backyard looking like absolute Sanford & Sons. Wife is gonna love that. Back where we started this morning. How about that? And yeah, shout out to Matt. I'm soaked. I'm filthy. God, looks like I'm living in my truck. Can't put those on. Those are fogged up. But hey, we have loaded out the storage unit and then loaded in my backyard. Now you might be wondering to yourself, well, Joe, that doesn't look like all that much on your back porch right there. What's going on? I actually threw away so much shit. Yeah, I ain't got time to nickel and dime and you know, try to sell freaking scrap wood and 3 boxes of tile. Like, screw it. Just, and plus I don't have the room for it. It'll be because I threw it away that we'll pick up a shit ton of work where all of that stuff would have been necessary. But anyways, it's 11:37 in the morning and I haven't heard from my top guy at all. We've got a freaking a ham sandwich coming in. We got a damn, what you call a tropical storm or depression in here right now. Winds are starting to pick up. And again, it's almost halfway through the day. I haven't heard from my top guy, and I know that he is still stuck on that pressure washing job. So I'm on my way out there because if anything, I at least need to get some footage and check on the damn job, even though I made, you know, next to nothing off of it. If anything, maybe I'll go film me a little commercial. You guys have never seen Joe filming commercials. I've attempted to do so a couple of times and they haven't really worked out, but it's been, you know, something that I've been wanting to do on these jobs that we're doing, film commercials from there. Hey, how you doing? I'm Joe Does Stuff, and just wanted to show you guys what we've got going on today. We're out here pressure washing a job, a house, 2 driveways, massive deck conglomeration out here, and we underbid this. Holler at us for Class A work at crackhead prices. How to film a damn commercial out here. All right, so I'm just getting out here, and it's 12 o'clock. That might even be the realtor right there looking all crazy. So we still got this part of the driveway left to do. My guy's going around hitting the sidewalk and that part of the driveway. And if we look, the house looks good. How dingy those front steps were. He's still got a hit back here. Yeah, I wonder what that car is doing. And maybe that's the realtor. All right, so we still got a hit right here. I wonder if he hit these sheds. He did not hit the sheds. So let's look at the deck. Yeah, looks really good. Yeah, I guarantee that's the realtor. They're just sitting right there. So he's still got to hit the top part of that, which is insane to me because, you know, all that black soot's going to go all over the house, which is going to go all over the deck. But it is what it is. That's a totally different. Doesn't even matter at this point, to be honest. So not sure what happened right here. I heard that, you know, there was that piece of siding that came down. He'll just snap that back in, no big deal. But yeah, man, the deck looks official. So I'm not even gonna sit here and, you know, bitch that this job is not done because there's no point to do so. It was my own stupidity in bidding this the way that I did. Should have been $1,500, $1,750, something like that. Definitely a job that, well, it should have been a lot more expensive than what we bid it at. I mean, look at that. Deck looks really good. Cool. With so much algae and build up over here and all of that looks really good. Yeah, man, he did awesome. So there was a little white SUV that stopped right on the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the realtor. You know, it is what it is. So allegedly they had another guy that was going to come pressure wash this thing this upcoming week. But of course they wanted the job done yesterday and, you know, proverbially speaking. And, you know, we were available to come do it right now. I just question what quote they got for the job from him was. If he was a one-man band, he could have been right in the same wheelhouse that we wore. You know, $800 for that job. For a one-man band, yeah, that's probably not too bad of a price right there. So I'm gonna end up having to give my guy a full day out here, and again, I ain't mad at him. He's doing the best that he could do. It's a shit ton of work. You saw the deck looked beautiful. It looked pristine in comparison to how it all started. Anyways, hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. By the time it's all said and done, that job is done. My guy got 3 days of work out of it. And, you know, not for a lack of trying, was a shit ton of work. Certainly was a shit ton of work. But, you know, we learned some lessons, per usual. Try to do better on the next one. Didn't hear anything back on the deck staining job, $3,000, what we quoted that at. Probably should have been more like $6,000. And then we got the storage unit cleaned out and turned my house into Sanford & Sons. All in all, I'd say it was a pretty productive day. Hope this was a video you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. I'll look forward to sharing more with you real soon. And until then, take care.